and I'm going to do a quick tutorial on using eMotion to control a DMX stage light. So the first thing you should probably have is, of course, the eMersion system. In this case, here is my fuse standing by, plugged in and ready to go. And I'm going to use the eMersion Accelerate, which is right here. It's the accelerometer with a bunch of different ports to plug sensors into. You should also have a DMX stage light, and this one has a port with a DMX input there, you can see. Also, each stage light will have, each DMX light will have its own channel you need to set it to for its different DMX modes. I will post several websites that you can look into that'll help you navigate that territory. If DMX is a new territory for you, it's much easier than it looks. You can definitely do it. But once you understand what channel to plug your DMX stuff into, you're also going to need an interface. This is a DMXUSBPro made by ENTTEC. And you're also going to need a converter cable. The DMXUSBPro comes out 5 pins, but most stage lights only have a 3-pin DMX plug. So this converts 5 pins to 3 pins. And you're just going to plug this into your DMX input, into your light. The output you're just going to connect via a USB cable. So let me go ahead and plug that in. Okay, and then run the USB cable to your computer. So DMXUSBPro, and that is the interface that eMotion currently works out of the box with, is DMXUSBPro. Next thing is I'm going to just go ahead and turn on the eMotion client. And for those of you running this with runtime, I will go ahead and just turn that on. And so here we go. Right here. All right, let's go ahead and make sure this is selected. You'll notice there are now 2 USB serial devices. EN refers to ENTTEC, and you don't want that one. You actually want to receive data from the fuse, which is AM something or other. So go ahead and turn that on. And now go ahead and turn on your sensor, your accelerate or twist or whatever. And in a jiffy, it will pop up here. Go ahead and double click, and this will allow you to calibrate. Remember from a previous tutorial is these buttons are where you calibrate your various sensor axes. So this is my up and down, and so this is roll, this is pitch, and this is the Z axis here. So the Z axis. All right. We can also plug in other sensors. As you recall, this is the accelerate. So I'm going to plug in I'm working with stage lights, so why not work with our light sensor? And I'm just going to plug this right into the very bottom port. Okay. And you'll notice that track 4 has sort of lit up, but it hasn't been calibrated yet. So I'm just going to click that red button and put my hand over it, and voila. Viola. We got calibrated light data. All right, so I have tilt and light. Pretty sweet. All right, so let's go ahead and move on with our next stage. Is we need to actually open up digital data, or we need to open up the software module to control our stage light. This is actually going to be in your Cycling 74 folder under the eMotion version 1.3. I want you to scroll down to modules. And what I'd like for you to do is just open up this module called DMXUSBPro. I'm going to go ahead and open this up in runtime, assuming that most people that are using this will be using it with runtime. Make sure you select your EN interface and go ahead and turn this on. Now, if you happen to be on the correct channel, you will now be able to use the DMX interface. Let me go ahead and move this AutoGen out of the way. You can use this DMX interface to control your lights. For example, I'm going to move slider 6, And because I read the manual for this light, I know that any DMX data coming in on channel 6 is going to control the brightness for this mode. Also, sliders 1, 2, and 3 are red, green, and blue, respectively. Pretty sweet. And then 5 is the strobing effects, which you might not be able to see very well. All right, so what I'm going to do, let's say I just want my light, the amount of light coming in on my accelerate to control brightness of the stage light. And I want tilt, X, Y, and Z to control red, green, and blue respectively. This is where the digital data workstation comes in. So let's go ahead and go back to our eMotion installer folder and go to the eMotion demo project. And if you don't have a copy of MaxMSP, that is fine. You can go ahead and open this up in runtime. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a digital data workstation now. And let's go ahead and create a data track. You'll notice in your output, because I have the DMX module running, that I now have DMX options 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to create, let's go ahead and do number 6, because track 6 is the one that controlled brightness. And I'm going to map this to my light. And so A, B, C, D, I want channel D. And I'm going to do some filtered data. Now, how do we get access to this filtered data again? Check this out. Click on, if you didn't see that, I'll do it again. Track 4 is for my light. Click on the data track here, and you can control the amount of smoothing in this particular filter. And if I wanted like a springy mass, I could turn on my physical models and have access to all that good stuff. Anyways, that's what the filtered data looks like. And this is now controlling DMX6. And I want you to take a look at number 6 on my slider. So as I move my hand, I also want you to be able to see me. I want you to see this, and I also want you to see the DMXUSBPro. So as I move my hand over the light, notice how slider 6 goes down. Okay? And what that is doing is it's controlling my DMX light. So I'm going to go ahead and put this over so you can see it. I'm going to cover the sensor. It's off. It's on. Off. On. So pretty fantastic. And now I'm just going to map tilt. Woo! That's bright. Now I'm going to map tilt. Oh, actually that's really good. To red, green, and blue respectively. So now I need 3 more data tracks. So I'm going to create 3 more. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to select the data track A filt for my X. I want B filt for my pitch. Where's A, B? Where's B? I need to clean up this menu apparently. B filt. And C, I think C was all the way down at the bottom here. C filt. Here we go. All right, and I'm going to map this to DMX1, 2, and 3, respectively. And now I want you to see that as I tilt left and right, that's channel 1. If I raise my nose up and down, that's channel 2. And then as I turn it upside down, this is channel 3 for green. And take a look at the light behind me, that I'm changing colors of this light. Let me go ahead and turn the lights out so you can see this better. So I'm actually changing color of the light based on the orientation and the brightness by covering the photosensor. Ooh, that's really awesome. So that concludes this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.